Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate how to access the data from a two-dimensional array using for each loops in Java. So let's get started. In the previous session, I have explained and practically demonstrated how to access the data from a two-dimensional array using the traditional for loops. But in this session, I'm going to show you how to use the for each loops, that is nested for each loops for accessing the data from a two-dimensional array in Java. So let's move to the practical demonstration. For that, I'll switch to the Eclipse IDE here. In the previous session, whatever the Java program I have written, using this traditional for loops for accessing the data from a 2D array. But in place of this traditional for loops, I would like to write for each loops. Okay. Here also two for each loops are required. Okay. First, let's write the for each loop. So for this external thing, first you have to write the first for each loop. Okay. So here three rows are there, right? So the main array will have three slots. For the three slots, you have to iterate using this for each loop. And here, guys, if you observe, okay, the first three slots of the main array, where each and in that each and every slot we have again a single dimensional array having four slots, but the major array is having the three slots. Where in that each slot you can store an integer array, right? You can store an integer array. So in this particular three slots, we can store integer array. Okay, we can store. So in three slots, for example, if you see here in the first slot, there are three slots, right? 0, 1, 2. For three slots or three rows, whatever you say. In the main array, we have three slots initially. 1, 2, 3. In the first slot, we are storing a single dimensional array. In the second slot, we are storing another single dimensional array. In the third slot also, we are storing another single dimensional array. Here, the first slot is having the index 0, second slot index 1, third slot index 2. These are the three slots. But if you observe that in the slots, which type of data we are storing? Here element is of which type? It's integer array we are storing. Okay, single dimensional integer array we are storing in the first slot, single dimensional integer array we are storing in the second slot, single dimensional integer array we are going to store in the third slot. That's why in this for each loop, you have to write integer array a colon ar. So this is a two-dimensional array, right? From that, three slots will come where each and every slot is nothing but an integer array. It's not integer, it's integer array. Okay. This is what you need to understand, guys. If you understood this, then you are good with this for each loop. Now write one more for each loop for the this four columns part. Where if you see, if I see this in the first slot, there are four columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four data is there. Individually, if I take 11, which is of which type? Integer type. So here I would write int. Okay. Int e colon a I'll write a colon a. So from this array, from this single dimensional array, I'm taking that element out. Okay. First of all, this is two dimensional array. In the two dimensional array is nothing but an array of single dimensional array. Each and every element of a two dimensional array is again an array, single dimensional array. So that single dimensional arrays I'm storing into this A for every iteration. Now from that single dimensional array, you are retrieving the elements. Each and every element of the single dimensional array is an integer number in this example. Okay, that's why int will come. Here integer array will come, here int will come because AR is a 2D array which is nothing but an array of single dimensional arrays. So here we are assigning the single, here three iterations will happen because of the three single dimensional arrays are there. For every iteration, one single dimensional array will be assigned to this A. That single dimensional array for every iteration in this inner for each loop, that single dimensional array, from that single dimensional array, four elements are there. 9, 11, 5, 7 are there in the first single dimensional array 3, 6, 8, 2 are there in the second single dimensional array, 4, 1, 15, 14 are there in the third single dimensional array that I'm going to assign here. Okay, this will iterate four times because in every single dimension there are four elements that I'm assigning. Now here I'll simply write down system.out.println e. That's it. Now run the code, guys, and see that all the elements of this 2D array will be accessed with the help of this for each loop. Two for each loops, that is nested for each loops. With the help of nested for each loops, we are able to access all the elements of this 2D array. Okay, but if I want the printing to happen in a tabular format as shown in the previous session with the traditional for loops, how to do that? Here remove this ln. So convert this print ln to print. Now if I run this, all these numbers will be printed in a single line like this. Okay, but I want the space between each and every number. Even though they are getting printed, I'll just use a concatenation operator space. The same logic I explained with the traditional for loops, right? The same thing we have to do here. Instead of print element, we have to write print, and after that, printing the element, we have to say plus with save space. Now run this code. You see, all the elements separated by space got printed. Now, first four elements should be printed here. After that, second four elements, because there are three slots, right? Okay. In the first slot, there will be four elements. After that, second slot will have four elements. Third slot will have four elements like this. Okay. So for that to happen, after the inner for each loop, you just write system.out.println. That's it. Okay. Don't print anything. Just print ln. It will take you to the new line. After printing the four elements of this first single dimensional array of this 2D array, it will go to the new line. Then next four elements of the next single dimensional array. After that, go to the new line. After that, next four elements of the next single dimensional array. Now run this code, right click run as Java application and see that. So you see, we got the 2D array elements got printed in tabular format here. Okay, we got the 2D array elements got printed in the tabular format. So this is how we need to write the logic in Java logic to print the 2D array elements in tabular format with the help of this nested for each loops in Java. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.